Welcome to Smart Conserver.
In order to decide the conservation method that we use in our country, we first need to know about the utilities in the country that we live in. Utilities are service that is used by the person who lives in a particular country, and these utilities include electricity or gas supply, water, sewage, and even the phone lines. Now, these utilities can be publicly or privately provided. Let me explain the public utilities that are made available. Now, these are made available by the government. Those are the public utilities. And while the private utilities are provided by private companies within that particular country. In my country, there's a community which I know of, and they get their water supply from a well. The public water source is not used by this community. There are some utilities I mentioned earlier which some persons may not have heard of, or they didn't even know that it could be a utility. And these are like the water, sewage, and the gas supply. Some persons, on the other hand, may wonder, what about the internet? Isn't that a utility? Well, with the increased demand for internet service these days, especially during and since the pandemic, it has been seen that internet is an essential utility. However, that one is up for debate. So, to be on the safe side, we will not discuss the internet as a utility just for the discussion for today. Now, the reason why we need to know our utilities will be necessary for us to know what we are going to apply conservation methods to. It doesn't make any sense we don't know what the utilities are that we're going to apply these methods to. Now, I have realized that utilities differ from countries and regions. Let's look on two or more countries. Now, let's start with my country, Jamaica, and we're going to make comparisons with other countries as I go along. In my country, some of us have these utilities: electricity, water, and this water utility, it also includes sewage. We also have the telephone as a utility. When I say telephone, it does not include a cellular phone that you would receive a monthly bill for. No, I'm speaking of the landline. Now, visiting and reading about other countries, I've learned the following. Around 113 countries are listed, and it is stated that these uses natural gas for electricity. The countries where these countries that are listed, they are listed according to the amount of natural gas that they used. And it was noticed that the United States of America, they ranked first on the list. United Kingdom, on the other hand, they held the 11th position. And last on the list was a country called, I think it's Maceo. I did see Trinidad and Tobago on the list, and that country accounted for number 34. I didn't see Jamaica on that list. While being in America, I noticed that the natural gas was used to provide heating and generating electricity for the home, and also to assist with cooking. I can tell you, I can't tell you how the natural gases reaches the home in other countries, or if it is similar to the United States. However, for the United States, the natural gas leaves the distribution center through a distribution pipeline, and when this reaches the designated area, it then flows to the gas main through lines as small as 2 inch. and this takes it to the neighborhood. To get the gas now to the homes, a smaller gas line is used, and this goes to a meter. This meter is able to measure the amount of gas a household uses. I've seen the gas meters in one state I visited, and I'll show you on the screen how it looked. That is it. See it? Okay. So moving from the gas meter now, the one like I show you on the screen, the gas then moves to the appliances in the home, which requires it for use. Remember, I told you that this gas is used for heating and generating electricity for the home and to assist with cooking. Gas, on the other hand, in Jamaica, when it does reaches our home, it's used only for cooking. The cooking gas that we use is known as liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG as short, and this is obtained from natural gas or petroleum. For the homes, LPG are in cylinders, and these are sold to us by propane suppliers, and they take it to our homes. The cylinders vary in sizes, and I've seen the 11 kilo, and this holds 25 pounds of gas. I've also seen the 14 kilogram, and this holds 30 pounds of gas, and also the 45 kilogram, and this holds 100 pounds of gas. Now, there are bigger cylinders, but for the homes, the biggest I've seen is the 45 kilogram or the 100 pounds. Personally, I use the 45 kilogram, which holds 100 pounds. I have two of them, so when one is finished, I can start using the next one immediately. These cylinders were delivered by a supplier, and these can be delivered by any supplier that you choose to your home. Now, because I use the 45 kilogram or the 100-pound cylinders, the supplier would deliver a new full cylinder, install it, and take away the empty cylinder that I had. All newly installed cylinder is tested by the supplier, well, the one that I use, for any possible leaks that may occur. For persons who have the smaller cylinders, I've seen the supplier just hand the householder the full cylinder in exchange for the empty one. Please don't get me wrong, we have to pay for them. Now, these smaller cylinders, they can be installed by the householder. So, like I said, we only use the gas here in Jamaica for cooking. Electricity, on the other hand, in Jamaica is produced using steam, that is oil fried. We also use combustion gas turbines, combined cycle, diesel, hydroelectric, and we use also the wind. I produce and sell electricity as well using my solar panels, which is a grid-tied system that I have at home. All excess electricity that I produce is sold to the power company. I will tell you in a live stream why I decide to sell my excess electricity. Now, water utility in Jamaica is similar in other countries where water is taken from the source. It may be a dam, a reservoir, or wherever it is, probably a well. And these are pumped through the pipes underground, and it reaches our home through smaller pipes. Water has to pass through meters located most time at the front of the homes before it can be used by the householders. I'll show you what I've seen in the United States and what we have here in Jamaica. The ones that I saw in the United States, they were covered with a iron cover, and it was located mostly in the grass area. It made it easier whenever the grass was being cut, as the lawnmowers would slide right over it without a hassle. I had my water meter previously installed like that, just like that one here in Jamaica, all with a lovely metal cover. However, The meter was changed by the public company and the installer lifted the meter above ground. I really hated that. It didn't look good to me. And in order to hide the elevated meter, I planted things over there. I'll show you. Now, conservation of water in some states in America is easy, as in one state that I visited, it got rain periodically. It was so strange at times that heavy rainfall was seen for about 15 minutes. Then this rain immediately stopped and the sun just started to shine. I managed to do a video one day. Let me show you. Now, in regards to the telephone, some of us in Jamaica eliminate a landline and we just use our cellular phones. So we eliminate the cost associated with that utility. I notice as well that this is also done by some households in America. So now that we know what the utilities are, we need to put plans in place to just to conserve it. And based on what I've seen while visiting other countries, nothing is really being done by some persons. You can play your part in this conservation journey, but it depends on you. So, for the places that I've visited and the countries that I've seen, now I realize that they can use the tips that I have here on my channel. I've given tips that everyone in all countries can use, especially if you experience snow. Please apply them. And if you do, there are great savings to be derived from doing so. If you have any issues at all, you can come on my live stream on Sundays, and just express yourself. I'll help you sort it out. So I'll see you there if you have any issues.
You have come to the end of another series. Join us next time for more ways to conserve.